Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Valentina Iscaro and I am very happy to be part of the Intellect Africa Summer Fellowship 2025. I am really sorry for not being asynchronously online with you, but I'm happy anyway to be part of this event this year. I will talk to you about the Lean Model Canvas and how to use it for your entrepreneurial endeavor. So the Lean Model Canvas is, let's say that in this seminar, I will introduce you to the Lean Model Canvas that is a very powerful tool to for turning ideas into actionable plans, and especially useful for startups and for entrepreneurs at the very beginning of their idea life cycle. The question is, all you have is an idea, it's enough, because the Lean Model Canvas will definitely help you understand if that idea has any likelihood to turn into something more concrete. So by the end of these 10 minutes together, you will understand its structure, see a couple of real-world examples that I hope will help you better understand, manage, and use the Lean Model Canvas, and you will be ready to apply the Lean Model Canvas to your own ideas. So, what is the Lean Model Canvas? The Lean Model Canvas is a one-page business plan designed to help you quickly map your own idea. Thanks to the Lean Model Canvas, you will be able to identify all your key assumptions and focus on what matters most, which is solving real problems, which mean problems that potential customers out there are experiencing and that are so annoying for them, so affecting their everyday life that they are willing to pay some money to buy the solution that you are able to propose. So solving real problem and finding product market fit, which means solutions that people are willing to pay some money for. It's an adaptation from the Business Model Canvas, and it's tailored for fast-moving and innovative environments. So, let's take a look at the Lean Model Canvas. This is the Lean Model Canvas. It's extremely easy to find. You just need to type on Google or wherever is your search engine, Lean Model Canvas, and you will see this one-page business plan popping up. As you can see, there are several different boxes. More in particular, 9 boxes compose the business model canvas. So we have the problem, the solution, the unique value proposition, the unfair advantage, the customer segments, channels, key metrics, and then cost structure and revenue stream. Let's start analyzing each of these boxes and see what exactly you are supposed to write in each box. I also want to add before moving forward that the Lean Model Canvas is like the business plan, like every other planning tool that entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs use. It's a living document, meaning that you will need to iterate back, you will need to change it very often, because if you are at the very beginning, as we said, the Lean Model Canvas is a way to test your assumption, and having assumptions is absolutely normal in entrepreneurship because you are not on the market yet. So if your idea is, for example, a lemonade stand, which is an example that I put in the presentation in a couple of slides, and you assume that in a certain neighborhood people will be interested in walking by and buy the lemonade from a lemonade stand, this is an assumption that you need to test, because it's okay to assume, but you need to test that assumption. And it's very important to write down your assumptions, because that's the way you can move forward and see what are the things that you need to test. How would you test if a location is the right one? You just go there, start observing, is there competition, is there foot traffic, and so on. With this said, let's start looking at let's break down the lean model canvas and its 9 essential boxes. And let's use a very concrete example that is Uber. I'm sure that we are all familiar with Uber. So the first block is the problem, which means what are the top problems or the top problem that you are trying to solve for your potential customer? What is making their life not that easy? Uber, the problem that Uber solves is to find reliable, affordable rides. The second box is customer segments. Who are your target customer early adopters? People that are willing to buy your product at the very beginning. Who are the customers of Uber? Urban commuters and travelers. The third element is the unique value proposition, which means why people should select Uber rather than Lyft. What makes you stand out? Why you are different than others? What do you do better than others? So the unique value proposition is also called the reason why people select your brand, select your product rather than competitors. So what makes you different and worth noticing? For Uber, it's get a ride in minutes, it's cashless and easy. The other box goes to the solution. So what's your idea? What's your product? What's your service? So what are you offering to the market? Uber offers a mobile app connecting drivers and riders. What are the channels? So what are the channels that you are planning to use to reach your customers? Where do they hang out? So how do you speak with people using Uber? Do you need to use social media because they're always there? Do you need to use billboards because they're old people? How exactly? So for Uber, our mobile app connecting the drivers and the riders. Our social media referrals and application stores. Revenue stream, how will you make money? So, very often when students have idea for mobile applications, very often they say, but I want this application to be free. I don't want people to pay to download it, which is okay. But the following question is, how do you plan to make money? So you still need to make money. So it's very important to understand, how do you make money? So since we don't pay Uber, right? How does Uber make money? They make money thanks to app development, thanks to ride fares and commissions. That was the cost for, and commissions, which means that every single time that we pay a ride, there is, of course, a sort of payment that goes to the rider and a payment that goes to the app. Okay. Cost. What type of costs do you have? What type of costs do you have to sustain in order to keep living? So for Uber are the app development, marketing, and incentives. Key metrics is what type of metrics, what type of indicators you need to track in order to understand if you are becoming successful. Okay. So in Uber, for example, how would you track if Uber is becoming successful? For sure, I would say the number of people who have the Uber app on their phones, the number of rides, the active users, and so on. The unfair advantage, this is very often the most complex box that people are challenged to understand and to write down, and is it's called the unfair advantage because it's something not imitable, something that you own and makes you absolutely different and that others cannot copy. So for Uber is the brand, the network size, and regulatory know-how. I always give this example to my students. So let's say that I'm from Italy and I want to open an Italian restaurant on campus, okay, in a city, in a city. I cannot say that my unfair advantage is the price. I have the cheapest, pizza in town, because that's absolutely easy to imitate. If I am successful and the location works, after a couple of months, I will have a new competitor. with the same price, or if possible, even lower. The unfair advantage needs to be something that I own, that is only mine, and is very difficult for others to copy. For example, the secret pizza sauce recipe from my grandma, something that is mine and is absolutely impossible to imitate. Let's make it even simpler, a lemonade stand. What's the problem? People are thirsty on hot days and few cold drinks options. Customer segments, passers-by, kids and parents. Unique value proposition, fresh, cold lemonade instantly, made by neighborhood kids. Solution, simple stand selling ready-to-drink lemonade. Channels, street corners, word of mouth. The revenue stream is $1 per cup. Cost structure is lemon, sugar, cups, stand. The key metrics is how many cups you sell per hour, for example, or per day, depending. And the unfair advantage is that the best location, the secret recipe, for example. Okay. If you have some time, I would like for you now to stop the video and trying to develop your own Mr. Model Canvas. Or you can also just finish, there's just a few slides left. You can also finish and then do it later. But I really would like for you to use this moment to develop your own Lean Model Canvas. How to use the Lean Model Canvas. Start with the problem. Entrepreneurship is there. You solve a problem that is so important and relevant to people that they are willing to pay money in order to buy the solution that you are proposing. Start with the problem. Identify the top 1-3 problems from your customer segment. Define your customer segments. What problems these people are. Can be people groups you belong to, groups of people you want to support, can be problems that you experience, but you need to understand the problems that the certain segment has. Craft your unique value proposition. What makes you different? Why people should buy from you rather than from competitors? Sketch the solution, write down what's the idea that you want to use, the product or service that you have in mind. Map out your channel. How will you reach and communicate with your customers? Estimate the revenue streams and the cost structure. How will you make money and how much will it cost for you to run your business on a daily basis? Key metrics, what do you have to track? What type of indicators you have to track in order to understand if you are on the right track, if you are succeeding? Clarify your unfair advantage. What's your uniqueness? What's impossible for competitors to copy that you have? Can be a patent. I have some example later. And iterate. Update your canvas as you learn, as you test your assumption. If you are planning, if you think that your customers are, I don't know, people walking by, but people walking by with your lemonade stand are not really interested, that means that you need to change your location. Your assumption was tested wrong, so you need to go back and change your Lean Model Canvas. I just put here, I know that we were supposed to have a live Q&A session. I just wrote down here, and I will provide the slides. I wrote down here some questions that are very often asked regarding the Lean Model Canvas, so you can take a look at the questions once the slides are provided very quickly. How is the Lean Model Canvas different from the Business Model Canvas? Do I need to fill out every box perfectly? Absolutely not. What's the unfair advantage? Can the Lean Canvas change over time? And who should use the Lean Canvas? Okay, so you will take a look once I provide the slides. And that's really all. Thank you for joining this extremely short seminar. I strongly encourage you to try build a Lean canvas for your own business idea. It's fast. It's a visual way to clarify your assumptions, to test your ideas, and to discover what really matters for success. Thank you again, and good luck to everybody.